When we first say salam alaikum, we say salam alaikum, and you say wa alaikum salam. And if you don't say wa alaikum salam, think wa alaikum salam. If you don't say salam alaikum to when you read somebody, you're not living righteous as you can. You can say praise the Lord, right? But that's just giving the praise to the Lord. But when you say salam alaikum to someone, you are actually saying, may the peace, tranquility, ease be with you. You see, so you're directing peace with your thoughts. For you are the instrument of the Most High while you're on earth. You represent Allah when you're on earth. And within that, we must start to do the cleansing, which is called the purification. And this purification, right, that we will start is to eliminate those things that's taking you away from you doing your proper job, with your purpose and reason on earth. Okay, it's called MUKLASINA. The word is called MUKLASINA, and the word is purification of your mind, your thoughts, your actions. And this is only can be done by those who are in the will, that agreement. It's like an insurance policy. You're in the will of Allah, the Most High. So we're going to speak today. First, we're going to say Bismillah. In the name of Allah, the yielder, the merciful. In the name of Allah, the yielder, the merciful. Owner of the day of sentence. Is to you who we return to. Is to you who we give our life towards, working in the way of Allah. Sabilullah, the path of Allah. We say Bismillah ar-Rahmanir Rahim, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahmani Ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmuddin, Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in, Ihdinas siratal mustaqim, Siratal alladhina an'amta alayhim, Ghayru maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Ameen. My name is Abdul Mu'min. Right. I have a lot of names. I have a lot of ways and paths that you can get back to who you're supposed to be. Those that was of my first teachings, in the name of Allah, Bismillah, they have not able to understand because they were looking at me instead of doing what they need to do for them. And once you look at the next man, he will throw you off. My job was to throw you off, not to be on my back. I'm not raising you up so you can follow me. You must follow Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not a spooky thing, but at the same time, we have our orders and we have our reasons for doing things. So today we're going to talk about the radio, and the radio is the radius. The radius is the circle or the circumference. The radio is worked by megahertz, which is the power and the force that it can go into the four directions of the circle, which is north, east, west, and south, which is the word news. If you say, well, what's the news? What is the information pertaining to north, east, west, and south of what is for your location? Now they got local news, and that is basically north, east, west, and south of your location, your surrounding areas, where they bombard you with information to keep you in their control. It's called control or continual rule. Okay, that's local news. And then you have national news to keep you involved in the gates of what they would call the United States of America, those states united. Then you have global news, or as far as around the world, where you see they now broadcasting, telling you what's going over in this country and that country. All of these are distractions. All of these are distraction by man and his cooperation that he's put in motion called corporations. Everybody's finding out that America is a corporation under the rules of the British. Okay, that is not something that you did not know. You knew that the people from Europe came over here, invaded. You knew that through Ellis Island, where they have the Statue of Liberty, that they have people coming, oh, immigration. Immigration and migration is two different things. Migration is a natural process that's been going on for years. Immigration is a political status. It is the building of an army, a building of a base, a building of a people that would continue to do the things that in present policy. Policy is the procedures of the Lord. Okay, so radio today, what we're talking about, I'm just going to read it to you so that you know it's been read to you. And then if you have any questions, you can always put it on the back, comment, and we'll go from there. Okay, as we listen to the radio each day, what effects does it have on our lives? The station that we listen to has a lot to do with what type of music that we will hear and the type of commercials that goes into our brains. The hidden negative message in music and commercials influence the thoughts and actions of our lives. This is some of the many ways that this society are taking advantage of our peaceful, supreme nature. They are putting thoughts into your head without you even realizing. This is called subliminal suggestion. This is what radio stations and commercials do to you every day. Today, the music on the radio keeps you entertaining your selfish desires and low morals that have been placed into your mind by the Board of Education in Hollywood. All the hate that you have in your heart and your desire to inflict pain on one another is being expressed through the music and the motion picture industry. As radio keeps you satisfied with rap music, it sells you all kinds of household products. As they are even giving your wife, daughters, your sisters their choices to get rid of your unborn son or daughter without your knowledge. If I was to say it's time, it's the power to you and ask you what it means, most of what you would say Old English. Old English was a beer or alcohol subject or malt liquor. So they take liquor and malt it up and you drink it for the energy, to be ripped, to be high, to be motivated. Okay. This is because it has been put in your brains as you listen to the favorite rap or house or R&B music. Along with these kinds of music that I have just mentioned are the commercials of greed, lust, killing, and a host of unrealistic fantasies. Some people may think that it's good to watch a Hollywood kill movie or buying an ice cold beer or feeling like the power of an 8 ball. This is because the Department of Education, along with the people who fill the Hollywood titles as actors, producers, newscasters, reporters, talk show hosts, has portrayed a phony lifestyle that is below our high standard of living. Many of you have fallen into the many traps that for years have put our future souls in jail for long periods of time. This jailing or detention has slowed down the process of returning to the lifestyle that was taken from us almost 1400 years ago. Each day we fail to realize that the European entertainment and foolish games that the people do only waste our time and are in fact the rope that tighten each day around our necks. Jail is a legal kidnapping of our nation. More than half of our people have either been in the jail or on probation, parole, or doing time in a detention center. Radio is just that, a radius that surrounds us with subliminal seduction to destroy each other and separate and disunify the masses of our original people. As you listen to the radio in your county, your district, or your town, and you listen to companies that sponsor the commercials, I want you to notice the different commercials on different stations. What does the sponsors of rap and R&B have to sell the community? What does the sponsors of house music have to offer the community? What does the commercials of an opera station have to offer the community? We must stop letting our children listen to the music and its sponsors whose only aim is to harm our precious souls. Let's upgrade our lives. Will United States and the new gladiators continue to fool those who have failed to realize the destructive ways of the past of our original people? We are the chosen of the Most High. The judgment of the Most High is now starting to take place on all those who willingly refuse to accept the lifestyle of the righteous. Those who have sold their soul are now cursed with strange diseases, and they rejected of the righteous and shunned from the presence of the kingdom and the mysteries of the Most High. Survival and guidance both come from the source, and if you're not in tune with your oversoul, then you will not be able to be saved. This is the time to learn and earn your position on the planet Earth. It is time to erase those past lifestyles of pain and agony that has stopped the positive production on the planet Earth. Erasing past memories of fear, pain, misery can be achieved through prayer and meditation. Many times we are told to repent of our sins and turn unto righteous living. Repentance is a way of going back into the thoughts and take out the good from the bad. Good habits to be used, bad habits and deeds to be shunned and discarded or not used. When you talk positive, productive, and respectively, it will guide you into those who have information for you. Revising your daily habits and evaluating your daily habits as a checklist will keep you and your family in tune with the changing society. Simplicity of life is the key to upgrading your life. Food, clothing, and shelter is the first three necessaries. Having upgraded your life, respecting yourself and families by way of the clothing that you wear, so you will not be disrespected as you go from place to place. At all times, be on point so you'll be able to guard yourself against an outbreak of negativity. As a new thinking person, You must adopt your spending habits into productive, well-planned actions. Such well-planned savings and proper business strategies will give you the powers that you will need not only to survive, but will give you the strategies to keep you in demand and trade your talents, money, or currency with a thought of manner. In this business world, look at your present situation and turn your life around with knowledge of your surroundings, and most important, knowledge of yourself being righteous, staying positive in all your doings. We, as rulers of the planet, must strip ourselves of the mismanagement and abusive lifestyle that has been given to us by the children of the pale, cursed people on the planet. Our great heritage is the answers to the missing fact that proves our every action as well as reaction on the planet. You are the light in darkness of sin and pain. As the light of truth and the reality shines, giving you hope for the future. It shines on the good as well as the bad. The light of hope and truth is for those who want to better understand and are engaged to helping rid of the darkness that is spreading throughout the land. Stop giving yourself to your family and your family to those who use them in the name of jobs, careers, or adventures, ignoring the real facts of life and death. You give your life 9 to 5, 4 to 12, or 12 to 8, 5 to 6 days a week, 4 weeks in a month, every month of the year until you retire, and usually at the age of 65 years old. Now you have bad habits from those you have lived with as their servants. You must reset your values and morals, discovering words such as righteousness and supremacy, and most of all, self-discipline. We must not be satisfied with living on top of each other in buildings that are roach, rat, and mouse infested. We must stop eating old, dead meat, eating old canned foods, stale cereals, and allowing our children to be lied to in the public and private schools. These schools does not hold our precious children. These schools does nothing but hold our precious children to be lied to in the public schools. These schools does nothing but hold our precious children in their trap, which is called a jail. Their meaning is to detain, derange, and make our children go insane. So we open our eyes and look at what the end result of these children who place their hopes and admiration with those who brought to this country to make money off us and use our body parts to save theirs. If this present schooling system was doing so much good for our duplication we call children, then why does most of our duplications have trouble with the laws of the society, the school system, and getting in tune with the American dream of milk and honey? We must realize that you cannot get good fruit from a bad tree. So take this truth that I have given to you and stop running away from yourself, because everywhere you are, everywhere you go, there you are. Now we're going to continue this here, and I just want to thank each and every one of you. I know you go through hard times. You've been through hard times. I know you. It was just so much. It was a long road, a long journey on a short road, as they say, or a short road on a long journey. It was condensed, and only the best of the best can be now the top of the top. You see, so we say peace, shalom, assalamu alaikum. We say rahubat. We say wadud. We say amasta. We say what's up. We say hold on tight to the rope, and if that rope, we can pull you over to the other side. We are now on a new side. You see, we have elevated. We're not on the white side. We're not on the black side. That was just a game of chess. The word chess is the same word as cheese or chi. If you see chess, CHESS, that's the same thing as CHI, which is chi, is the energy. Is being used. The pawns on the boards and the different pieces of the chessboard shows you the scheme that they had outside of what we call righteousness. So with that little breather that we took from the last, what we was talking about, the radio, the radius, the commercials, when you get in your car, the television, the cable, you need to cut that off. It's okay. Cut it off. You don't need it. You need to get back into your Bible, and read it, and we will bring you up and show you that when they say Swedish, when they say European, when they say British, it all is going to take you back to Leviticus 13 and Leviticus 14, when we come into the land of Canaan, and how the land of Canaan changed from original people melanated to those who were diseased, or the ease was taken away. This means to take away. Ease means peace. So this peace was taken away. And then they started changing the names of who they were, so they would not be able to be identified by those who they took and changed their identity, who they robbed and steal, and they did all manner of animalistic ways because they didn't want to comply with the evolutionary process of getting back to be godly, getting back to understand the natural order under what we call the host of the planet, which is the angelic beings. So basically, we talked about changing our lives. We talked about the radio, right? And now we're going to talk about the new teacher in town, which is me. I now gave her the 19th, because I've been here for a minute. I have a series out, Mr. You Stupid. I have that series out. I have Skate Master Spark with the roller skating. Big up to all the Minutemen, the roller skating, or when I say men, I mean men and women. That's the roller skaters, and continue to get your work in. Big shout out to all the protectors who protects and show you martial arts. You need to take a class. You need to learn and unify and come together and with your family. But who am I? I am who I am, and I am the new teaching man. Okay. And the death dance is your happy thoughts and positive directions that our tribal family would need to overturn the many traps of this white man's and black man's establishment. Today, in the year 2000, living in America is called the second slavery system. And about the year 2000, that's when it kicked in. Actually, the year 1999, 9999, right? 9999, right? Basically, what happened was a new paradigm shift came in. And that's where you had the 9/11 with the economical system being toned down by this, that, or these. Don't matter who did it, what did it, who did it, but the fact that they knew that their time was shutting down. So this right here is saying in the year 2000, living in America is called the second slavery system, where they got people to get emotional through the 9/11 activity, and people start being more what they call patriotic towards their captors, who were the slave master's children, as they were called. You see? So it says, with the stroke of the pen, the scholars of economics and the administrators of the schooling department have drafted words to amuse and to take away your responsibility towards the future of the Most High duplication. Their scientists from around the planet Earth have united to lead a larger than life chemical warfare against the children, your duplications, and the original melanated people. As the enemy tribes of people come from all around the world, and that is the word that we talked about as far as immigration. You see? So we're talking about immigration, okay? And how people immigrated over here. Not migration, immigration. Migration is a natural process. Immigration is a plan, a plot that they bring in more people. These people are considered to be more energy or more soldiers on a lesser scale. You know, they're considered to be they have what they call the army way, the military way, and the civilian way. So they bring in more civilians, right? So they can go ahead and process these people to doing certain jobs and put them in certain agencies, or what they call the organs of their system, the organs of their body. This body is called the beast, okay? And this is what the whole thing with the United States coming here, taking a strong hold on that particular part that they call the United States, right? With the overseeing of it, which they call Canada, which Canada is owned by what they call the Queen, or England, or the British, right? So as we go through this, there's scientists from around the world, around the planet Earth, have united to lead a larger life chemical warfare against the original chosen people. As enemy tribes of people come from around the world to use the chosen people as human experiments, means of experiments in the fields of medicine are giving to the chosen original people to find a cure for their leprosy. And that's Leviticus 13 and 14 in the Bible, the biblical times that they took you out and put you in agriculture, put you in business, put you in biotechnology, and use other names instead of the pre-written or the scriptures that was written for your continuation. Here's another reason why we're not giving a chance to live the knowledge of our great ancestors. Every action of this country's affairs is geared to keep the chosen original people knocked off balance. America and their white and black citizens of the United States of America has sinned against the chosen people. The mathematicians say we were here for 400 years if you use their calendar. But I can prove that we have been here longer than 400 years. This country has robbed our people from every way you could imagine. As they were warned in the writing of our brothers and sisters that they will have to pay for the deeds of their ancestors as they proceed to establish a nation of people like Sodom and Gomorrah. It is time for me to the known unknown, to do the death dance of honor, the truth, and love. As I advance into the reason of my journey in America, which is called the belly of the beast, this spiritual dance of truth and love will tell all originals, people of America, the great story of our Father who art in heaven. I come not alone, I come with a force that has every thought worried about your phony life. America has failed since they call the year 2000. The kingdom of the true and almighty has come to bring punishment of the heavens. As I realize the word of God in the name of a God, the Father of all natural and supernatural powers, I will control. The Father and Master will not turn a deaf ear to those who have been striving to overcome the enemy's plans of destruction. From the silly games of that which you call Satan and his crew of sick, robotic, pale, and black people of doom, the chosen of the Most High, original, will be saved. Just try to think of the real reason that the original people were allowed to integrate with white race. This was done just to hide their seed in a group of people. All white people that you see today are truly from the original black people, but they are sick. The word sick means seeking. They're seeking a remedy that goes outside the protocol of that which the host, which is the angelic realm, prescribed. So they want to go past the high priestess. They want to go past the high priest that they write about in the book of Leviticus 13 and 14 chapter, that they will be the overseers, the true overseers of health, the healing process. Health is the healing process. And the healing process is only deemed for those who are seeking, those who are what we call sick. And their sick was so much and rampant from generation to generation that they call it common. The word common means come on to them. This is something that they inherited. This illness, this illusion, you see, and this was because of the things that happened. Now, today when you look at white, you think white was something different than black. But if you look at black as a color, which is really not a color, it's a force. The word color is when you start to take what black is made up out of, you see, and then you have different colors. These colors are not the original. That black is a sword, sold, you see, which is talked about as triple darkness. The black, the triple darkness is still here. Even when the sun shines, it is still here. And this is the miracles of creation. Okay? Just try to think of the real reason that the original people was allowed to integrate. Not only will people were allowed to integrate, they actually raped people, which they still doing today. They raped the people. They killed the parents, just as now they taking the parents away, putting them in jail, putting them in the mental institutions, restricting them, taking away their children, right? And giving what they call the process of adoption. So when I say adoption, and I probably just left it like that, you would say, oh, adoption. No, but what is adoption? If you look at the word adoption, what does it really mean? You don't know. This is the the situation, I was going to say problem. This is the situation of people. They do not know what's going on. The word adoption means add option or added option, where they do not have to go through the process of creating in their womb because they don't have the ability to do it. So they let others do that. They become breeders. This is the permission why people have free sex. So they can breed new slaves. Okay, so now, what I'm saying to you, you say, oh, I know that, but what are you doing about it? I heard that before, so what are you doing about it? Think about it. The curse that they have is leprosy. It is one of the reasons that the leaders passed laws for today's original slave to run freely in the many states of America. As you stopped and you thought about it and you don't know, and I'm proceeding to teach you. Each state in America has its own governor. The word governor means the one who governs. The word governor means the one who is in charge. These governors are today new kings with the authority to control the population of that state's property, of that state's money, of that state's voting, of that state's education and schooling, of that state's human resources called jobs, of that state's cattle, of that state's livestock, of that state's media. Each state has security measures to keep its citizens and its new slaves in check. The federal government of the United States, called America, which is a corporation, was given power to control and conquer within the state and around the world. As America is the beast of a negative force on earth that fool those except for the chosen, called the purified one, which is called MUKLASINA. MUKLASINA are those black melanated original people that have been chosen out of the bloodline of the Most High. Male and female have been directed to endure a lifestyle that gives information on our return trip back to the spiritual world. Together we make up the body, which is the code name Jesus. The word Jesus, or the code name Jesus, is the body of people. The word Jesus is said so fast that you don't realize what you're saying. You're saying just us. Jesus, just us. That's one way you're saying. America, the beast, preys on smaller countries, robbing them of their values. In the name of peace, the United States has robbed many countries out of their silver, their gold, their natural gases, their diamonds, and introduced many country leaders to participate in a new invisible slavery system. So now, you need to read that again. You need to cut and paste so we can go forward. As the Red Cross in America is set out to save the lives that were valuable to areas of plans that this country seeks to destroy. as the Red Cross save lives. They use a charitable cause to participate in a world slavery movement. Living body parts can be stored all over the world for their global slavery plan. Their mission of their God, whose name is Baal. Baal is the name of the God that United States worship. Their god of evil called Baal is largely worshipped and given praise in their sports arenas. It is a reason for the word Baal. The word Baal and ball is the same. Example is let's have a ball. You have a lot of balls. Basketballs, footballs, tennis balls. The word tennis is really 10 cents. This is the way the country of United States, a corporation, makes fun of the commandment of Moses. Tennis is really 10 cents. The word tennis, TENNIS, is really 10 cents. As the lifestyle of America goes unnoticed by your so-called melanated black leaders who sold their soul to keep their flame of sin alive. On the global picture, in the area of sports, you have the caretakers of the church you go to. You have basketball games, you have football games, you have golf, tennis, basketball. All of these are the rituals that give praises to their God of fire and negativity, of destruction, that they call AR, IR, OR, UR, and ER. So when you have teacher, you have teacher, teach of the destruction of the fire. When you have governor, you have govern the fire. ER, IR, OR, and UR represents which they call the ball of confusion, which they call the ball, the tennis ball, which they call the racket ball, which they call the baseball. All of this ball is the way people come together in fellowship to deceive those who did not know before, and now I'm explaining to you in detail what is going on right before your eyes, as you may want to make a change in your life. It's time to make a change. It's time to give your life back to the original order. You're not the doctor. You're not the lawyer. The word bar means good. So the good that you experiences or that you rise into is only the good from the word God in Greek. You will not go back to the original and make a full cipher of what is going on by having just the word God. God is not going to take you there. It's going to take you where it wanted to be in a translated form that is not even parallel and will not elevate you to where you need to be, and your responsibility, respond and able to respond to the conditions to overturn the traps in the society. Many of our original people are fooled into believing that those so-called superstars, black superstars, are going to release them from their troubles. You are greatly mistaken. We will have to go through a healing process to regain a renewed personality. It will refer to this positive process as transforming. But I'm gonna go back on personality. Personality is the personification of a spirit that comes into you. Personification. I will refer to this positive process as transforming. As you start to transform, you will have to change your environment. You cannot transform and be in the same environment, because what you perceive as you look out through your senses, which they call eyes, or you perceive through the vibrations of sound or the smell. So your environment must be changed. You must go back to the natural environment. And there's many reasons for that, and we'll explain that. Natural environments, originality, origin, virgin. The word virgin and origin is the same. The letter V is not the proper explanation of that symbol. The double U looks like two V's. The sound of the U is so the word virgin is not, is non and void. The word is origin. You see it as virgin, but it's origin. And the origin is the cipher which comes before the letter or the symbol one, which man claimed to be first or one. But woman is the cipher, the whole thing, the original, the origin on earth. Okay. So it's okay, although one could not explain the pain of our ancestors, Exodus, and how we got to this part of the planet Earth, through songs of love and dance, we have instilled those parts that have kept us struggling towards our return. Although many of our Black political leaders are not concerned on our returning to our truth. In neighborhoods, they speak of solutions to problems in the community. These problems are in all the communities around America. The problems is our people being governed by outside tribes who have no concern for us. This should be evident to the political leaders who represent the total population, which is now called the Black race in America. As the religious leaders who are also a part of the political class look for Jesus to arrive, look no further, for I am here. As you wanted me to be what your imagination has allowed you to wonder. I am the one who is responsible for the safe passage to the next generation. Whoever rejects the truth that I speak will be left back in their own misery until only one or someone comes along and teach them. It could be one of my students, or it could be in their next life. You see the songs of this movement called Love for the Woman has tailspun, and the population of Black men in America has dwindled. Instead of doing their work and providing an escape for the future, they are trying to get the most poontang that they can, and they are doing things that goes against what we have recorded in our scriptures called the Bible. This sinly conduct leads to a sinful and hateful generation, and someone has to take the blame for the mishandling of all the people. And the first blame is the leaders of the people, those who claim and took the position of leading people have led the people into a slaughter, have led the people in the wrong directions. Where are these leaders now? And can you Google them? Will they talk to you? Will there duplications that they call children to hide the fact that they have duplicated and left the scene? They have swindled you and you don't even know it. As I stand here this day, and ever since you knew of this energy within this vehicle that you call body, teaching you every way, every bit of the way for your journey on earth. How can you lead a people when you have not been properly taught? First, you have to be healed. This is to all the political casts, to all the preachers, to all the rappers, to all the actors, to everybody who claimed to be and got a written record on file with humanity, for those who are uplifting humanity, for those who are organizations of the past that brought it into the now without any true elevation, for those who suddenly do things because of greed, those who say that they don't deal with fiat, which means money, but use fiat, which is money, for their services. So we are in a capitalistic society, but is that our motivation? These things you must ask yourself, that which is in that body that you're looking out, because you are special. You are the center of that which you see. You are special and you are healed. And I will heal you right now and again. I heal you all the time. You are healed by the powers that's generating, by the words that you hear, by the sound, by the sight. In time, you'll be healed by the smell. But the energy cannot be stopped. So you are healed. Get up and sin no more. And learn and listen to what I'm saying about your environment and the company that you keep, alike, not equally yoked. You are healed. And those who said bad things about me, it's okay. It's okay today because you didn't know. Your mama didn't know, your daddy didn't know, your grandmama didn't know. You definitely didn't know. Your children definitely didn't know. And I know they had some, they was in your ear too. And emotionally, you trying to take care of what you can. But you got to learn this. This is nothing that you think you got it because you hear me a couple of times. That's not what it's about. It's not about. Years ago, it was like you can get taken and run with it and apply it and use it and see the benefits of it in the capitalist society, make money, more money, make more money. This is not that walk. And this is not being shifted over to Islam, our self-Lord and Master, and then you underneath somebody telling you what to do, and then they from a different tribe. You got to understand how Islam came about. Then you got to understand how you was pulled down so other people can get over you, so they can lead you in the wrong direction, but they're not even of your tribe. You ask the people, what tribe are you? Because if you melanated and you know you maintain the 7 C's, you from the tribe of Abraham. Don't let people tell you that they from the tribe of Abraham. Then you go back further. Okay, from the tribe of Abraham, we give you that. But when it comes to the last testament, what was his name? They're going to tell you Muhammad. You tell them no, that was not his name. His name was Ahmed. And what tribe did he come from? They don't know. They don't, because it's not important to them. He comes from the tribe of Quraysh. In English, is KEARSE. If they know, if they don't know, it's okay. They're not there for your continuation. So, when you ask these people, oh, so you deal with Islam, and you see what they got, and you see what you got, you're not in a tribal formation, you're not in a ummat, you're not in a community setting. People drive miles away to get to the masjid. They don't even have a masjid, they have an Islamic center. It's a difference between a masjid and an Islamic center. The masjid is the place in the ummah for that tribe of people. People have taken Islam and used it for their own and disregarded the truth of where it came from, who is it applied to, who's going to get the benefits out of it, who is in position of leadership as far as being a high priest, or they call it imam. You see, the other people that was in the tribe of Abraham, they call it Cohen. They call it Rab. And together they be Rabboni. Different names. So the Eloheem came back and we say, okay, we see your works. You get E for effort. But that's not what we told you to do. You're trying to be slick. And when you slip, you slide. And when you slide, you pass because you don't have no grip to be firm. The word firm is the word Martin. It's 99 attributes that many of you cannot live by because you perpetrate, saying that you of peace, but you're not truly trying to establish peace. So yes, I am an answer. An answer to your problems. What is the answer? Christ is the answer. But what is Christ? You call it Jesus. Well, that's your 100, and that's what you're going to get. If you call it Jesus, and you're looking at a picture of someone, an image, we call that the image of the beast. That's not Jesus. Because the Jesus was a code word that meant just us, who's special. That's what it said, Jesus Christ. Christ is the word Christos. You see, but that takes you to a whole nother one. Now you got that. That's just for the people who want to know, and to take you to a whole nother realm. So now, once you are properly taught, you would represent the Most High, which we call Allah, the best of names. For now, there would be no negotiation with the lifestyles that are in Allah's kingdom. There's no negotiations. There's no negotiations. You would release you will realize that your business is Allah's business. You are in an economical country, and we need money to survive as a tribal and a tribe. We'd have to live for, with, and by each other. Now, living for, with, and by each other, oh man, that is a lot of responsibilities. Living for, with, and by each other. Okay? Righteous leaders must broaden their responsibility towards their congregations, to make plans to establish home businesses and provide health care for your congregation. The days of just praying for rent for the church is over. This is no longer a fact that the church is a business. The church is a business. The mosque is a business. You have to go down to the city clerk's office and establish your business that people come into and pay money and give homage and let you give them stories about what you can do for their community, that community, and then you leave as a imam, a Cohen, a priest, and go to a whole nother neighborhood to live. You wrong for that. That's not Islam. You're not going to come to America and try to dictate Islam the way you want it to be because you got oil. Just as the oil generates money, we have the sun. Just as the sun generates, harvesting the sun solar energy, now they're harvesting the moisture in the air to bring forth water. But we have something that was given to us, the power of the atomic energy. And that energy is now being taught and released to the multitudes of what we call MUKLASINA, MUKMINATI, MUKMINUN. See? And those who know will gladly stay in their rightful order, which is called the order of Melchizedek, or what they call Jibril. You see, you have Melchizedek, you have Jibril. Melchizedek is Michael, the fighting angel. Then you had Jibril of Revelations. I'm in the order of High Priest Malachi, Ani, Gabriel, the 19, the 1, and the 9. So it says to make plans to establish home businesses or business for the Ummat. So your home over there, your home 25 miles away, your home over there. That's not Islam. Forget about that. Okay. Your church owners must set up the reality of your responsibility toward the people of the congregation. For if you do not, you will find a lot of empty seats in your businesses. Now, is a difference between sitting on the floor and sitting in a chair, sitting in a pew. You know, it's a difference. And we're not going to talk about that, but there is a difference in the format of what you're doing. There's a difference in prayer and how to pray. It's different ways of original rituals that we do. Let's see. The crying Fridays are over. Outbursts of emotional cries that you call joy is not going to get your congregation what it will need to survive in the next couple of years. What you call praising Jesus is now going to change after I relate to you the reasons why. These movements were distractions and emotional release. But Jesus taught that there will be rejoicing and exceedingly glad attitude in his congregation. This joy and happiness will also attune your soul to the exercises and the positions to your health. Exercise to keep not only for the appearance of your exterior looking fresh, but also for your internal organs' health. There should be body knowledge that will keep you able to protect you from physical harm. There should be education on how to protect your congregation with the laws that are forcing our children further into the penal system, which is called jail or mental institutions or armed forces, all of that. Each church should have a lawyer on deck in their congregation for that is paid by the church. You need to establish with the children and establish with those who want to learn the law of the land and pay for their education from the church, not go to Sally Mae or any other loan sharks that say they're going to give you money. And you always living for, by, and with each other, establishing every generation, making plans every generation for what is necessary for victorious survival and maintaining our victory. Are these words that you could have said but have not? Who am I to introduce such a common plan to the people's memory? I am the one who came to clean up this foolishness that you people call religion. Stop waiting for me when I'm here. This new world will start with new situations for real problems. You're not going to leave this earth straight to heaven. Heaven on earth will start in you, realizing that you must do for yourself, and yourself is not the self-flesh, but self-kind. For the workers of heaven, who you call angels, have always been on earth. It is you who are running away from your responsibility. As you run away from death and punishment from your captives that are killing your children with their nonsense. You have the unity, now get the business mind behind your unified church, your temples, your masjid. In the name of Christ, you can start to look further into the responsibilities toward this new life. Reverends can start to establish an economical structure for their congregations. You would not have to send out your congregations to the Italians or to the Jews or the city government or the state government to ensure food, clothing, and shelter for the people. You would inform your congregation to spend amongst your own only and have representatives that's authorized to buy for the congregation. Each month, you can open up a different business in your congregation and build a strong community. This way, the money would circulate amongst your tribal formation. The goals of the church should be concerned with all the children of the people in your congregation. The church needs to establish schools for the children. This way the government will have to help you with the funds. As the world looks for the answers that are in your soul, it's about that time on earth for all the leaders to answer for the misguidance towards our chosen original people in America. This is purposely done to upset your quest for truth and thy proper direction. Many people, out of their wants and desires, have taken the innocent and the gullible into their own private hell. As they preach and teach of a physical fire that is going to burn in hell. The hell that you will receive as those who are misguided is the confusion and the uncertainty of you and your place on earth. Today, this is done largely by the institution of religion, through grammar and the improper translation that is presented to our people. Many have been robbed of their birthrights as rulers of the planet Earth. There is a saying that misery loves company. This is the original character of the ones who have no chance at being in tune with the creative forces or the greater forces of the heavens. These people's etheric cord has been cut off. The etheric cord is the passage that permits the chosen to travel to their oversoul. The oversoul is a reservoir of higher energy that we are. Being that these people we shun from the presence of the Most High, their only life on this earth is to mislead you and your duplication that you wrongly call children. And doing such, these people have trained those who look like you and are of your tribe to go against what is right. By giving permission to partake in which they have established a business called religion, you have been led to the slaughter as lambs. Through books and sermons of heathen practices, many have fallen victims to their plan of doom. As the weak and wicked of the chosen try to convince you that you are going to burn in a physical fire, these people that have been chosen have not been cursed. They have left the right side to do business with those of the left side. This is the same as no man can serve two masters. Today, you have been lied to about your purpose on earth. Many in the religious circle of doom have spread their lies, telling people that it's all right to work for another tribe. This tribe is proudly called the Pale Man. This tribe is proudly called the Black Man. Many people in the religious circle of doom have started their own business. But when you look right down to the cure or the core of what they are doing, they are only holding up the devil and his destructive plans of destruction. So you, out of many, saved up and you start your own business. Now you are selling all forms of poisons to your people. If I continue to keep reading that, poisons, what is poisons? Poisons, let's do it. Pause, sons. You pause, the suns is the light, the energy. By consuming things that's not beneficial for your system, you start to change the chemicals in your body. You start to instigate and aggravate the process of digesting and the process of indigesting to take down things that's not beneficial with you. So you're pausing your system to go slow by working overtime from the things you consume. So a poison, they call it also intoxication, is that intox, which means poison again, and slows down your flow. It pours your life. The food that you sell is processed, and those big food plants, the cigarettes are sold to hurt more innocent souls. The soda that you sell breaks down the natural body chemicals that are supposed to help digest your food properly. Candy is sold in the store to help the dental association, as the people are now getting many holes in their teeth. Beer, liquor, and now your number one priority is the selling of lottery tickets. You have become a harlot in the midst of the last beast called America. You eat of the delicacies and fornicate with the beast nation. You don't have a store, you have a school bus driver. Okay, we're gonna do this, and then in the next segment, we're gonna talk about the positions in pause, sit, and shun. So we're going to talk about the positions that people take when they run away from righteousness. I'm from Brooklyn. What up? Hey, BK all day. And this series is Ansar series. I'm an Ansar. Family worthy of praise, which is called Muhammad. I'm originally from Quraysh, which is now called KEARSE. We're in America. And basically, we're giving you an inside view of not only one who has ascended to the heavens, but actually descended also down from heaven. It's like touched heavens and came back down. So I'm giving you information, and it's not going against those who are telling the truth. It's only going against those who are not on the Sabil Allah, the path of Allah, and those who did not take that journey with me and ascend. Basically, I see you, but you on a 100 that's different. I'm on a Gabori 100. See, Jabori, Gabori, Jabril, Gabriel. I'm down with the angelic host that lives within me, this body, this makeup, this soul. So this why I give you what you need, you see, because I am the other part of Michael. See? And that's what it is. So we're gonna talk about the positions that people took, when they ran away from righteousness.